One of the questions that I'm frequently asked as I'm out and leading hikes and taking groups out into the woods to explore is, what is the difference between a frog and a toad? Well, really, technically speaking, according to zoologists, toads are simply types of frogs. They're both belong to the group called Anuran. Anura is the group that, literally Anuran means the animals with no tails. Although there are some frogs that have tails, but we won't worry about that. They're not salamanders, I guess is what they're trying to say. They are amphibians. Both frogs and toads are amphibians. What that means is not that they live their life in both water and on land. If that were the case, then penguins technically would be amphibians. No. Amphibian literally means double life. Amphibios, double life. In other words, when these animals hatch out of their eggs, they start off in one complete form as a tadpole with gills and no legs, with a tail, breathing oxygen from the water, and then they undergo a metamorphosis where they lose the tail, grow legs, lose the gills, and grow lungs, and that enables them to step out onto the land. That's really it. Other than that, amphibians also have some other characteristics. A lot of times their respiration is through their skin. It's called cutaneous respiration, where they're going to get a lot, sometimes even all of their oxygen through their skin. Their carbon dioxide is released through the skin. Okay. Other ones that they have in common is that they must go back to the water to lay eggs. Their eggs are not in a hard shell like a bird or a reptile. They're going to be in this soft gelatin-like material, and they will desiccate. They will dry out really quickly if they're not laid in a very, very moist environment. Now, frogs and toads have developed incredible diversity, a lot of different ways of solving that problem of keeping their eggs moist. But they do have to return to some kind of moist environment. Usually it's some kind of a pond or a stream or something where they can lay their eggs to keep them moist, so that those tadpoles have a place to hatch out. So that's really kind of what they have in common. Now, let's see if we can't catch some and check out the differences. Let's go. Nope. Nope. No. But pretty cool. Yes. Yes. Oh. Okay. Here, buddy. All right. That is a frog. Hang on. You're okay. Okay. So, differences. These guys have very, very smooth, very slimy skin. Why? Because the frogs are mostly involved in the cutaneous respiration. So they have to remain moist. If they don't, the skin dries out. So I'm trying to keep my hands as wet and muddy as possible. Because if their skin dries out, come here. If their skin dries out, they're gonna have a really rough time of it. So if you're handling frogs, keep your hands wet. Okay, they also have, as you can tell, they like to jump. Some frogs, the tree frogs, will crawl to a certain extent, but all frogs like to jump. Toads tend to either walk or they kind of hop, doing, 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 doing. They really don't have any kind of jumping power to speak of. Frogs also, can you get your leg up there? Frogs also tend to have these beautiful webbed feet. That's for swimming. Strong, long back legs, as you can tell. Strong back legs for jumping. Strong back legs for jumping. Really long to give them that leap. Webbed feet for swimming. Okay, when they lay their eggs, all frogs and toads have external fertilization. The male will grasp a hold of the female in the spring in a coupling process called amplexus. And then when the female drops her eggs in the water, the male drops the sperm right on top of them. Okay, so it's an external thing. But when frogs fertilize their eggs, the eggs tend to be in strings. They tend to be, I'm sorry, forgive me. Whoop, I made that mistake. They tend to be in clumps. Frog eggs tend to clump together in big jelly masses. Big jelly masses. Okay, I'm gonna go let you go. Here we go. There you go, buddy. Go on. Come on, you're free now. There you go. Nope. 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 Oh. Ah. Yes. Oh. All right. Here we go. And here I have a toad, and this is a male. Listen, listen, listen. You hear that? Isn't that cool? That is called the release call. You see, as I talked about with the frogs, whenever the toads are in mating season, what they will do, don't do that to me. Stay put, stay put, stay put. Okay, come here. There you go. Gotcha. What the toads will do in mating season is they will, the males will jump on the back of the female in that form called amplexus, that grouping called amplexus. Well, toads don't necessarily have the best eyesight when it comes to boy versus girl. So sometimes in a big breeding pond, the boys will see a boy jump by and they'll just jump on the back of them. And when they do that, the boys go like this. Whoop, come on, do it. You already did it once. He's not going to do it. He'll make that call that you just heard. There he goes. That's called the release call. And that release call is what tells him basically, I'm a boy, I can't amplexus with you, so please get off my back. And that's what he's saying. So notice these guys, they really do not have any kind of webbed feet at all. They tend to hop. They really don't tend to jump. The legs are a little bit shorter in length compared to the other ones. They tend to either walk or hop. They also have this real dry, bumpy, warty skin. And you can see that right there. They also have this little gland up here. That's a poison gland. That's what's going to release a toxin if something tries to eat it. Okay? And so when these guys lay their eggs, when the female lays their eggs after amplexus, she's going to lay her eggs in a string. So if you pick up a mass of what looks like frog eggs in a pond and they're coming in strings, that would be toad eggs versus frog eggs. Frogs are clump, toads are strings. And that is the difference between toads and frogs. There you go, buddy. So frogs and toads, both of them amphibians, have a lot of things in common, but very, very different, unique animals, incredible animals to get out there and explore, catch, learn about, just really cool stuff. Don't forget to live by the words of St. Augustine. Search in ways to make discoveries, discover in ways to keep on searching.